West has eventually shown something like what he has, whether
Right.
it's guaranteed a long minor like he has, or it's possible one spade showed diamonds actually.
Yeah, very possible that West has already showed diamonds in this auction, but we do get North leading their fourth best heart against 3 now.
Kind of an interesting choice with Jack 10 8-7. I think the Jack or even the 10 asking for him to play the 9 if he has it would be a lot of people's choice.
A long way down yesterday.
Were you?
Yeah. I sent you a message last night. $16,000 down.
You didn't send it.
I guess maybe there is some implication that West has a long suit and therefore shorted something else. The Jack is less attractive because
but I never got a message saying you were 16,000 down.
You might run into some layout where reduces your flexibility later.
Right. Yeah, and part of it might be that North kind of figures that he has a lot of the entries, although maybe that would argue for leading an honor as opposed to a low card.
I mean, if partner has a holding like Queen Doubleton instead of Queen Fourth, the 7 is obviously a much more attractive choice.
Yeah. Well, 9 top tricks here with the diamonds breaking.
First order of business is see if they are and knock them out if they aren't.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if they aren't, you're really in some trouble because you don't have time to set up an extra trick in the black suits.
Yeah, this would have been an interesting hand at board a match because I think at board a match, Declare probably would have preserved that Ace of Hearts entry to dummy. He might have been able to win the King of Hearts, run all of his diamonds, and then depending on how the opponent's discarded, if the spade suit is frozen, he might have been able to cash a heart and throw them in clubs to get an extra trick. But at IMPS, I think Declare is just going to be content to take his 9 tricks, probably not mess around in the club suit here.
I mean, yeah, I guess. Right, like... Yeah, it's true at IMPS. You can't lead a low spade away from the ace. So you can just play a heart even if you did retain the ace as an entry.
Right, yeah.
So you have to play ace in another, and at IMPS that could get pretty embarrassing.
Mm-hmm. Well, some more long suit running, and now the opponents are going to have to think about their discards again. I presume, though, that Declare is just going to have to cash the King of Hearts at some point, which will set up enough tricks for North-South that he'll be forced to cash out.
Mm-hmm.
But in the meantime, North is going to have to find some discards. He's probably afraid of throwing too many spades. He can discard 1. He wants to save all of his hearts because that could be their source of tricks. And he's probably also afraid of throwing too many clubs.
Not sent either.
No.
Yeah, and we don't know exactly what West has shown, but presumably, just in the context of a strong club, West is minimum, so North has to be concerned about West holding South Ace clubs.
Right.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's not that you wrote it and you didn't send it. You never wrote it.
I guess then maybe there's a possibility the North gets end played, but yeah, I guess actually, I guess he would get end played, right? West can cash, King of Hearts, Ace of Spades, lead a spade. He's got 9 tricks in, and when West had the Ace of Clubs, North is now end played to lead away from the King.
Mm-hmm.
Not much North can do about it there.
The defense does have 2 cashing aces.
Yeah, I was
to be knocked out
curious what happened
of the first round
because
of the playoffs,
they don't have.
and then practically beat
And I guess
Mexico.
if South leads a spade, now both diamonds go away.
Sartaj wasn't knocked out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what happened, but no, North was on lead, led a diamond.
I'm talking about the playoffs in Sydney.
Yeah.
In Canberra, I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, it was at this table that it made 6.
With a bid
Yes.
of 6, missing 2 fucking aces, which was really irresponsible.
North
Oh, I
really
see.
thinking this one through. Do we know if David or Jeff is sitting North?
No, I don't recall how they lined up
started on the other table,
2
but they
segments
haven't
ago, if they were
been
even north, south, or east, west. Because remember, they were out the last set.
Mm-hmm.
And Levine played 1 and 3. So Berkowitz and Meckstroth are coming in after quite a long break. Yeah, and once again, this seems like quite a long pause for thought here, but I guess if he can construct hands where West has shorter diamonds, a lot of those are going to have a winning defense.
Yeah, I mean, one of his concerns might be that Declara could have ace third of clubs, and so pitching even 1 club could allow Declara access to the long clubs and dummy.
Right.
Well, the other room did make 10 tricks and no trump. I'm curious if you agree with Bathurst's opening bid choice. He opened 2-0 on the West hand, which is just a 17 count, but 6 solid diamonds.
Yeah, in fact, when we saw the hand, I was actually going to make that comment that that I think a lot of people would choose that. You know, it's in some sense it's a little light, but you have 8 tricks in your hand. You know, you have the playing strength of a 2-0 trump opener for sure, right? With 7 quick tricks. You know, kind of like, you know, in the same way that like we've seen a lot of expert players with a 20 count with a similar diamond holding or even a 19 count would upgrade and open 2 clubs and rebid 2-0 trump.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to do it on that hand, then kind of naturally it follows that this is a 2-0 opener.
Yeah, so that made the auction a little bit easier. East checked for a 4-4 spade fit and then stuck it in 3-0.
Yeah, and by the way, we've talked about this, but those kinds of bids work incredibly well against the robots too.
Yes. Yes.
But I think it's sensible. You know, you have like high card points are a useful metric on flat hands, but on a hand like this where you just have 2-0 mating your hand, I think it's a little much to you know, to say that, well, you know, since I only have 17 highs, I have to open a diamond, and then partner bids a major, and I bid 2-0 trump, and he passes, and you're just miserable, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, we do get a little bit of a correction now. The other table made 11 tricks in 3-0 trump.
They got a spade lead, maybe?
I mean, I see a diamond opening lead, but there's no play record, so we'll never know.
I suspect if it's a red 7 lead, it was the other red 7, as it was in this room.
Yes, I mean, maybe that's Declara has that to aspire to here also. That they found the same opening lead and managed to take 11 tricks there, presumably by this same line of play, run the diamond suit. Okay, so North decides to throw the jack of hearts, kind of. Yeah.
And I think having seen that 10 of diamonds, he knows what's up at this point because he started with the jack himself.
Yes. I mean, South could have held the 10-8. So, you know, maybe South still had a diamond trick, but now he has full count as to what's going on in this deal. He knows he's going to have to pitch a heart at some point, so I think he should probably do it now.
Mm-hmm.
And he does. And now on the last diamond, he's going to have a choice. although given that Declare is now throwing clubs from ace hand, I think North is safe to ditch a club here on the last diamond.
Yeah. Yeah, if West did start with the ace third of clubs you mentioned earlier, now a club pitch doesn't help him because he would still just be able to take the ace and queen.
Right. So over to South. I mean, South can pitch from either major, and he elects to pitch a spade, kind of sensibly so. He wants to preserve the long hearts.
Yeah, and now that both North and South have, now that North has pitched a club, this is kind of safe. I think it's unlikely to produce an extra trick, but it's also kind of cost free to go for it.
Yeah, and good defense here from North-South. So they're going to earn their side 2 imps for Levine.
Mm-hmm.
The lead is now 11. And we will have 13 boards to go. So less than 1 imp needed to be picked up per board. Obviously, these are going to come in chunks. We've seen a lot of 10+ imp swings throughout this match.
Yeah, particularly given that the teams are playing different systems and one of the Hans pairs is hyper aggressive. There's going to be a lot of imps to be won over the next few boards.
Yeah, well, we'll see how accurate my guess is. I suspect East is not going to open 3 clubs with this hand, but I could be wrong. First seat favorable.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't really watched this pair play much. I think their teammates certainly would be opening 3 clubs here.
You think only 3?
Oh, he thinks more.
Well,
yeah, I personally would be inclined to, but I see all the disadvantages. Ace king of clubs, side 4 card major, only 6 trumps.
Yeah, so East does pass. And
oh, wow.
I'm not sure whether or not this would be helpful, but for an odd reason, this makes South's decision a little bit more challenging because over a 3 club opener, South could just make a takeout double.
Mm.
Yeah, although that also presents a problem of its own where,
The problem is,
North's hand is
now East is going to be
good enough to make a game, but if it goes 3 clubs, double, pass 3 hearts, which could be, up to a 6-7 count, maybe even slightly more, or it could be a total disaster hand. South has a tough decision there. I think you just have to raise, but some of those raises are going to work out poorly.
Right. So East has come in 2 clubs now, kind of get his lead director off his chest.
Any way you look at it.
How many hearts can we go to South?
And a little bit of a point of interest here. I think a lot of the American pairs would play transfers over this double and bid in no trump showing clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 hearts of South just looks totally normal.
Mhm.
Partner has 4 hearts and enough strength to get our side to the 2 level. You just bid a game.
Sure. Yeah.
This shows a better hand than a diamond pass a heart. So this looks like a pretty easy play problem, right? Even with the 4-1 trump break. The stiff 10 of hearts means you can just rough a spade high if you want to, or you can rough a club in the south hand.
Is that all we need to do? I haven't actually counted the tricks, but
And the diamonds are 4-1, but there's no guess because you don't have the 9, so you just play the ace king of diamonds and take the diamond finesse.
This is going to be a swing against hands. Oh,
I mean, do we have time to do all of this? Don't we need to pull trumps?
Sure, but that's not really a problem, right? So what do you want East to do?
Now,
So let's say East shifts to a singleton diamond to make things annoying here, or spade.
Where's the jack?
Yeah, let's say he shifts to a singleton diamond.
So you run into the queen 10, you rough a club, you draw trumps, and maybe you should have put in the. Well, I guess you could.
Yes, and then.
No, actually, so you can just if he wins into diamond, you just play the queen of spades immediately. You lose a spade, a club, and a diamond rough. That's it.
I think Berkowitz should have put in the 10. Diamonds can be leading from 8-6-2. There you go.
Here, this makes things easier because Declare knows where the Jack of Clubs is, but unless
doesn't
he's
help.
false carding with the
It's only got
king.
one club.
Okay, I'm still not convinced. So Queen of Spades, West wins the ace,
Okay.
gives
Now
partner
I'm
diamond
straight
rough, and
there.
now East exits a trump.
Okay. So now you take 5 trumps because you can draw trump in 3 rounds and rough a spade. 1 spade is 6, and oh, that's only because you've lost one of your diamond tricks.
Yeah.
You can rough it. Well, yeah, I think like you can rough 2
If he plays
clubs.
spade, he can give him a rough.
Yeah, I mean,
In
it's
half.
not so easy.
I mean, I think with the
Diamond
10 of
eight.
hearts dropping, you can rough 2 spades high in the north hand,
You make 4 hearts. and
Okay.
4 diamonds as H.
right? Because he says
And
now
one
rough with 1, so the
spade
ace
is
king
9. You
9
have to
will
look
pull
for a
all of his
10 trick.
trumps.
So you actually
Uh-huh.
have to give a heart away so that you can rough a spade.
So win the 10 of diamonds, play the Queen of Spades is the idea?
Yeah,
Okay, so West wins and gives East a diamond rough.
yeah. And you lose 1 spade,
Yeah. And
one
he's played
then,
club,
yeah. And so what's our plan?
and a heart and a diamond.
So let's say you run this to the queen. Well, I guess you can't. You have to win the ace, king of spades, rough a spade, high.
Yeah. We have problems returning to our hand. I
No,
think.
because you can heart to the ace, rough another spade high, club rough, and draw trumps.
Okay, maybe. I wonder if just heart to the ace now and low spade to the queen kind of solves this problem. Because now if West flies the ace, we have 2 spade tricks. That makes things a little bit easier on Declare.
Yeah, and again, right. And if he doesn't, you can just draw trumps and take
This is a big swing.
your 4 diamond tricks after all.
Yeah, after roughing a club.
5 clubs double win 1.
Yeah, that looks like a much simpler attempt. We wouldn't need the 10 of hearts to come down singleton. I think I like that plan. Oh, well, we do have a big result because 5 clubs doubled was the contract in the other room.
Yeah, I see that.
If he doesn't come in at the
So certainly
if he doesn't come in at the start, he's
a very good result against par. We'll see how it is
going to play low
in real life
spade.
here.
That's what he's doing.
Okay, Declare is going after this plan, I think, of trying to pull trumps. If trumps are 3-2, this line of play actually works well. He can cash the ace of hearts here, pull another trump, give up a spade, and defense can cash 1 club and 1 spade, but that's it.
He needs to give away. He needs to play spade.
I think, though, when West shows out, he's still okay by leading a spade to the queen.
Towards the queen.
I'm not
I think
convinced of that anymore.
he's going to have to. I think he can't afford to play a 3rd round of trumps.
It's not so straightforward.
Yeah, I think that's okay though, because if a spade to the queen holds, you just finish drawing trumps because you've already taken your club rough.
Yes, that's a good point. Okay, so it looks like Declare is on top of
Because
this.
he took a club rough.
Yeah, I think he
Ace
does
of
need to play
hearts.
that spade now.
Yeah, he does need to lead a spade up to set up tricks, and I don't think West can do better if he
I'd rather watch Meckstroth than these guys.
flies the spade ace to kind of block the suit. I don't believe that helps
Yeah,
defensively.
if he wins, the best he can do is give partner a rough, and that's the end of the defense.
Yeah.
That's the end.
All right, very nicely played. Low spade towards the queen. West is kind of pickled.
Yeah, so this will be 11 imps to the Levine team to put the match into an exact tie, I believe.
Yeah, with 12 boards to go. As mentioned, these double-digit swings can come through on any of the hands, and
This will be a pick up.
Yeah, so in fact, in the other room, they did open 3
About
clubs.
12.
South doubled, West raised directly to 5 clubs,
So that'll be
and
1 ahead.
neither nor South took another call.
yeah. I mean, South ended up doubling 5 clubs to show some extra values.
Yeah, so this was very well judged by East-West, where they got to their good save, and North-South did not have a plus score any higher.
I fear that Whibley's heading for a slam on the next one.
Yes, I think now we'll see Declare just claim. I don't even think he's going to play another card.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't get greedy by trying to ruff the queen of clubs, I think he might go down if he does that.
That 9 of diamonds had to, I mean, West did well not to put in the jack, I think, but that 9 of diamonds had to look like shortness, so.
Yeah,
it could
I
be
imagine
a double 10, but yeah.
It's great.
Yep, so well played by who's South? Berkowitz to make 4 hearts on that one. A well-deserved 11 imps.
12. It was 11. Yeah.
Yeah, another big hand for North-South here. Looks like they can make, what, 5 spades?
Yeah, that seems right.
If diamonds were 4-3, they could park their last heart, but with the break as it is, they're not going to be able to set up enough tricks to dodge the heart loser.
Yeah, I also think you're kind of lacking some dummy entries to set up all of the diamonds on a heart lead, but yes,
yeah, maybe.
it would have been possible. So South opens a multi 2 diamonds.
Oh dear.
That is a really good white-red
to
multi 2 diamonds.
Edgtton. They are
Yeah, I guess you're right.
6 spades.
Yeah, so North will presumably inquire, planning to play no trump if partner has spades, I would guess. Maybe not. Maybe just play. I guess actually then partner could have short hearts. Yeah, so I think he'll just steer it to 4 if partner's major.
Man, their convention card says 4 to 8
One trick short.
for their multi 2 diamonds. This does not look like 4 to 8 for me.
What are their 2 of the major openings?
Yeah.
2 of the major is...
Is like a sound week 2, or are they 2 suited?
Oh, it's 2 suited. I'm sorry. I was like having a hard time reading it because it said 5 to 11, but it's hearts in a minor, spades in a minor.
I see. Yeah, so North is inquiring about partners' shape and strength, presumably. South will show a maximum with spades, almost certainly.
Yeah, did we just bid 3 no's, South?
Oh, they're not. They're in 4 spades.
Our hand can't be better.
No, it's true. He does bid 3 hearts, presumably good with spades.
This is going to be a flat board.
Yeah, just some sort of August response, good suit, bad hand. I am still not sure I believe any of this from South.
Well, I would guess they play like some kind of substitution where 3 hearts is good with spades and 3 spades is good with hearts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? I'm sorry. They're playing multi. I was a little bit taken aback by that. But this is a really good hand, favorable. I mean, fortunately for South, Meckstroth has the World's Fair over there, 18 count, a bunch of aces and kings, Queen Doubleton in support.
And when partner's got a 19 count, you know.
Yeah, so I think we'll see the Queen of Diamonds lead. Yep, Queen Jack 10-9 is too good to ignore. And this will be fairly quick.
This will be very quick. Easy peasy.
6 spades, a heart, 2 diamonds, and 2 clubs. Losing 1 heart and 1 club.
Yeah, so it is interesting. The match is now tied, and I don't know if Meckstroth knows that. He's the one declaring, but he could play for the 4-3 diamond split now that he's gotten a diamond lead.
Yeah.
So he could win the ace of diamonds and rough a diamond at trick 2, and this could produce an over trick. But this is also kind of a very risky play. The contract could go down against some adverse splits.
Yeah, my guess would be he thinks he's stuck the same as he came in. Like the last hand, his teammates had this huge result finding the good save. You know, but you can't really predict that. Like I think that's an atypical result on that board. Like if you played it at 30 tables, you get a few saves, but most not saves. Like at this table.
Yeah, so I mean, in that case, I wonder if he's just it looks like he is going about pulling trumps.
Yeah.
Yeah, with 11 boards to
Why,
go,
what
if he
did he
thinks he's stuck
say?
a dozen imps,
What
you're
did
not
he
going to do
say?
anything.
But
you
what
know,
did he say for them to crucify
anything
him?
weird yet?
Okay, but
Oh,
now
and
that everyone has
crucifying the
followed to
survey,
one
yeah.
round of
It's
trumps,
crucified
you
the actual
can rough a
survey.
diamond
No,
high
the actual survey.
and then
Have
return
you
to the
seen
10
the
of
survey?
spades.
Oh, because they didn't
And
dislodge the ace of
why is
hearts.
it terrible?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm just
So
thinking
what-
like he has some
what structure
opportunities to
can
play for over tricks here.
Mhm.
It's easier to read the bridge winners version of it.
Yeah,
10
and
of
if the king
spades
of diamonds,
folds.
if the king of
I
diamonds
said
gets
he's
roughed,
rubbish.
you still make.
Do they think it's a whole lot of shit? It's bullshit.
Yeah, but
It's not.
now it seems safe, right? He has a
Or
club
you just
entry.
rough a low
He
diamond
can,
high, yeah.
yeah, rough a
Yep,
diamond
well,
high, pull
draw
the
the
last
club,
trump,
play club to
play
the-
a
yeah.
club to the king. King of diamonds, diamond rough, but the diamonds do not split.
Yeah, I'm going to
Gee,
step
this,
away again for one moment. Be right back.
BDM that dogs
Okay.
it to buy.
Well, looks like we're going to have a push board. 11 tricks and
49 buys
spades.
for over 3 million.
Other
units.
table ended up 4 spades in the south after a 1 spade opening bid from Edgtton.
Have you bought it yet?
No, I'm going to buy it this
And on the
afternoon.
heart lead, Declare just had no hope of setting up extra diamonds. I don't
You wait
think.
until everybody knows before you buy it.
No, I'm going to buy it this afternoon.
Yeah,
What?
we told you 2 days ago.
Yeah, but it went down.
Oh. It's his team to do.
Well, I did pretty well out of Musgrave.
Yeah.
So I can't complain. But I did tell you to buy Peninsula LNG when it was 7 cents. And it's now 11 cents.
Ooh, someone has pointed out that board 18 actually might not be as juicy as the Levine team has hoped. It looks like a claim was made in a position where Declare was actually going to have a very difficult time achieving that result. So maybe it's only going to be a 3-ump pickup to Levine on that one.
What?
What did I miss?
Board 18, if you follow the play in the other room, on board 18, it looks like Declare actually ends up down 3 and 5 clubs doubled.
Oh.
So it might be only a 3-ump game for Levine.
Oh, that's right.
Whoa!
That's
It does, I mean, I think you
huge.
can hold it to down 1, right? Because you
What?
can pick off the queen 10 third of clubs and take some extra spade tricks.
Nah, there's just not enough entries
much
to West's
to do,
hand. Yeah. Well, this is going to be exciting. So West will open a diamond. I don't, they're playing precision, right? But I don't know if they have a way to show both minors.
Yeah, I think not based on what we've seen. We'll say so. North will bid Michaels, planning to bid 4 hearts later, I would imagine.
Yeah.
We'll see whether they have some kind of non-2 diamonds Michaels. Some pairs like to play 2 diamonds natural here.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I like just being straightforward. 2 diamonds Michaels. It's true that West could have clubs or diamonds, but half the time it's diamonds. I don't want to restructure all of my bidding around the times he doesn't.
Sure.
Yeah,
I was wondering if Meckstroth might just do this with the 2-card disparity in the majors, and he does stick 4 hearts on the table.
Yeah,
Seems reasonable.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the argument for Michaels is you can show the 2-card disparity. You can show the majors and then show the disparity. Here obviously
I don't think it's
he feels like with a freak hand, he just doesn't want to give the opponents
Because
any opportunities to find out what they have.
so they go into it, some bring up.
Yeah,
the
now,
fact that
I mean, this could work for a variety of
they wanna mention
reasons.
that their activity,
One,
so
so East has made
what
this
happened to poker?
negative double, I guess. And
No.
West is probably going to pull this to 5 clubs
Just like every
or
question.
4 no trump, I
He's
guess,
trying to be
depending
smart.
on
He's trying to be
agreement. So he
intellectual.
pulls to 4 no.
And it's just an intellectual failure.
North
Okay.
might double this just to show that he has a high card for hearts bid.
Yeah, I think frequently if you double as a preemptive hand, and we could argue whether or not 4 hearts is preemptive in this type of auction or being bid on values, then it tends to show a little bit of extra stuff. Normally that's going to be extra offense. But okay, so East has bid 5 clubs, and now we're going to have to see if South elects to go after this, because he does. I think this is a very smart decision by South, because I think he might have been worried that if he didn't, his partner could run to 5 hearts, and that would be unsuccessful.
Here's another hand double.
Yeah, but look at the hand.
Yeah, so now he has to decide
So I reckon this is a pickup.
whether to lead a heart or the king of diamonds. You know, I think a heart is more normal, but
they ain't making 4 hearts.
yeah, if you switch partners minors, the king of diamonds is the winner.
Yeah.
They can't get to dummy. They can't get to dummy.
So heart opening lead will set up a heart trick. North has a spade trick, South has a club trick, and South also has a diamond trick. Looks like 1 trick in every suit.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if that 4 heart club holding could cause some extra inconvenience, given that declarer has to rough 3 diamonds.
So Whibley's playing in 4 hearts, undoubled.
Yeah.
And at the other
Well, I
side,
imagine declarer will take 2 diamond tricks, probably lead up towards the ace jack of diamonds and score a couple of tricks that way.
Yeah, so it's actually double.
Likely also to lead a spade up, and I don't think Meckstroth is going to duck from ace queen fifth. And
I see. Now the king of spades is a trick. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it looks like he's just getting plenty of tricks on the outside that he doesn't need to worry about the 4-0 club split.
Yeah, certainly going up with the ace is indicated, because that would so often be a singleton 4 hearts lead.
Yep. And so now declare. Yeah, will play a spade, but Meckstroth can fly ace, cash the king of hearts.
Yeah. And then...
And yeah, he's kind of stuck. I mean, I honestly might play a 3rd heart.
Sure, I was going to say, like, a 3rd heart looks... yeah.
I mean, a spade is also kind of attractive. Like, if we're actually able to tap the west hand, then that could be good defense for our side.
What do you think they're rude about?
About the server.
Yeah, the problem with the heart is declarer can pitch a diamond from dummy, and South is stuck.
Give me an example of what someone
yeah, a diamond from hand. So Meckstroth doesn't know that East only has a doubleton diamond over there.
And gave up on it.
Who's it? See if you can find someone that we've heard of.
Steve Rogers.
Who is Steve Rogers?
Yeah, so he's looking at the west hand and dummy, so maybe a spade is a nice option. Like a pitch isn't really going to help him,
Is
but
it just
tap
me,
might.
or is my feeling that it is badly designed?
Even if declarer can stick in the jack of spades, like, so what? You know, one extra pitch doesn't do him any good.
Okay, keep going. I like it.
Then Ben tries to answer him.
Yeah, now that I'm looking at it, I mean, I think a spade probably does make the most sense, but he is going to be thinking about all 3 suits. I mean, a diamond doesn't look that attractive leading into the ace jack fifth, although declarer would always guess the diamond suit if he had a guess anywhere.
Yeah, and I think one thing about a diamond is it's often going to protect partner's trump holding, so just like and playing dummy as often as possible. But a spade might give you some entry he didn't otherwise have.
To the server when I played the 4 of them and looped back to the first one, with no way to submit it.
Yeah, I think maybe he's a little worried about that, I don't know.
Backgammon is neither on the list, neither is poker. Both those games have
I guess if he leads a
decent
diamond,
overlap with bridge
South
play.
can just duck with some even pretty strong holdings
To
to preserve his high ones.
Yeah, certainly if South had king 10 fifth, he would not feel obligated to stick in one of the high cards and might still come to a diamond trick eventually.
Yeah, or even 2. South doesn't necessarily know that North had a club void.
Right. Although I kind of suspect, given that East has pulled to 5 clubs, he probably has some club length over there.
Sure, but what is he supposed to do? Right, he made a card showing double 4 hearts. If he was 2-3 in the minors, the auction would have gone exactly the same way.
Yeah, then Mech would put a club on the table so fast, though.
Yeah, that's right.
In this spot.
I did that, then got some advertising on the servo platform. I wasn't sure if that was
long thought here from Meckstroth.
If it is the end, I think it would be helpful to put this. This is the last.
Yeah, that spade does look
doing these surveys
natural,
is
you
great.
know,
Very happy
not
to
going
do
to
more
cost
of them.
anything.
I
It might
realise that
tap
people
dummy,
doing
which is often
surveys
going to
are
be
a
good for you.
subset of the community.
No,
So
he does
there
play
may be
hard.
a bias to the results.
Yeah, he does play the hard. I mean,
should
for
all
whatever
try to
reason, this was
encourage
like
our
my
friends
first
to
instinct
take
was to
part,
just
Yeah, mine
regardless
too.
of
And then I was like, yeah, because like
playing bridge.
a lot of times giving rough sloughs is good when you know, when you have Trump lanes and Declare has a lot of work to do.
Survey is painful.
yeah.
And like both those things are true
Then
here.
he
It
goes
just
into
doesn't
more
quite
length and
work
writes a
out
whole page
because
as to why it's painful.
now they can just cross rough.
Yeah, really not
Steve
successful. And
Soloway
I don't
says,
think
terrible
Declare is going to
survey,
have a ton of
incomprehensible,
difficulty figuring
and
this
full of
one
omissions
out.
and errors.
Because he might
Because
just fall into it, right? Like ace and
scales
rough a diamond, king of spades, and a spade, and South shows out, and you see North show out in diamonds, and now you just cross rough and let South take his king.
yeah, exactly. I mean, I expect South to pitch a spade here because what else? And then ace of diamonds, diamond rough, as you say, North will show out. And I think he's going to be very convinced that clubs are 4-0. Meckstroth did not switch to clubs regardless. So he's going to have a full count on North's hand.
Which I really dislike. I mean,
it doesn't even matter, right? Because of what ace and a diamond, North will show out, and now he'll be roughing spades, you know, after South plays and diamonds after North plays, so they can't ever do anything to him.
Specific ones strongly agree. I like a scale where points have non-linearly related descriptions. Is just all.
Well, here we go. So this looks like it might get out for down 1 at this point.
Yeah, it certainly should.
And make some of the choices impossible. I'm never going to choose.
Not necessarily a good result for East-West. Could be duplicated in the other room, but yeah, we do see 4 hearts down 1 coming in from North. So Levine is still going to be picking up on this board, even though they managed to drop a trick on defense.
Yeah, so 5 imps to the Levine team, I believe.
If not more.
So I've got 6
everyone's vulnerable, and apparently
7 imps, they doubled this.
Yeah, and apparently 4 hearts went down 2, so now it's 9 imps.
Wow.
Or even 800.
But remember,
it's getting
8
worse
imps,
and worse.
Yeah, it's going downhill for them. But remember, board 18, Hans actually has 8 more imps than are being pictured.
Right.
At least we think so.
Westra. I presume
so this will mean that Levine is actually only ahead by 1 at the conclusion of this board.
It's many people in the population.
Yeah, I would certainly.
Ben tries to
like to see that confirmed.
By thanking them for making the comments.
I do agree with you. Down 1 seems less likely than the down 3 we've been told about.
Maybe Sartaj can hold it to 1 off. It should have been 2 off. There's no question. It should have been 2 off.
Now Declare's
Meckstroth.
Totally home free here, huh?
Somebody writes, Ben, I wish you luck with next survey.
Yeah, for the most part. South can pitch a diamond here, and
pass this on to the
I guess hope that Declare makes some sort of counting mistake and tries to rough a diamond with the jack of clubs or something. But no, 10 tricks claimed, 9 imps to Levine. So currently Levine is ahead by 1, not the 9 that we're looking at on screen, and there are 10 boards to play. I mean, why even play the first 50 boards if it's just going to be a tie at this point? We could have 10 imp matches.
Yeah, it's basically a Swiss match.
Exactly. All right, North gonna pass. We see a 13 count from East, and
so see whether it's in range for a no trumper if they have to open a precision diamond.
They're playing, it looks like 15 to 18 no trumps. Oh, no, that's their overcall. I'm sorry. I'm in the wrong part of their card. They're playing 14 to 16.
Yeah, so what do you do with South here? I think you probably pass, but a 2 diamond. Like, if they could bid 2 diamonds natural, maybe you would want to do it. Yeah, he does just pass.
Jack to 5 of diamonds.
Which board are you looking at?
Yeah, so diamond to spade. We'll see East bid a no trump here, and then South maybe comes in with 2 diamonds.
Maybe, and red white is a little scary.
East bid 1 diamond, but yeah. Okay.
The opponents clearly are bidding on light values as well.
position or to bid.
No, David Berkowitz decides to pass, and
still difficult for him to bid.
Sure.
probably aware that he could be getting stolen from, although this is not the more aggressive of the two pairs on the Hans team.
mean, he can't be stolen from too much because he has a minimum opening, well, not minimum, but a 13 count, his partner's a passed hand.
Sure.
Yeah, but I think we've seen that Meckstroth and Berkowitz, since they're not playing precision, are actually playing fairly sound opening bids in a 2-over-1 style. Well,
So
And he
this
led the
is
ace of diamonds.
not going to be a great contract for East West, but at 50 a trick, it's not a huge deal.
yeah,
See, even
the
though the
Ace of Diamonds opening lead will get an encouraging signal from North.
Yep. So North can win either second or
wonder
third
how
round of
some
diamonds, play either black suit, and guarantee a plus.
they have no, they've got.
Hold on, I'm taking a look quickly to see if the Ace of Diamonds is asking for an unblock on their card. And I can never read any of these cards. To me, it looks like the answer is no. The king is their power lead.
Yeah,
But-
that's a much more common agreement than the old-fashioned strong ace.
Yeah, so North will just encourage. And then I believe
And if Berkowitz plays
South is going to bang down the Diamond King.
Well, if he does that, it's going to be much harder for him, right? Well, I guess he can still play a club to the ace and get a black suit back.
Mm-hmm.
How about if he puts up a 10?
Then they play high encourage.
So North has played the 10.
So he's still going to play the king, I reckon.
Well, if he plays
Are they
the
playing
king,
standard signals?
he has to drop the queen.
Yeah.
They are playing. Okay, their card is marked incorrectly here,
No.
but
way.
I assume that was encouraging because they do something different at trick
Yeah,
one
but
and
even they
throughout
get
the
it
rest of the
wrong.
Yeah,
hand.
that gives them a
But
chance.
to me, it
No,
looks like they've
it doesn't.
indicated that
They get
they're playing
four
both
hearts.
upside
Yeah,
down
yeah,
and
yeah.
standard for
No, why
every,
two? Why two spades?
at least on their
Yeah,
convention
but
card. I would not put it past
The
Jeff and
diamond
David
first.
to have incorrectly filled out their ACPL card.
You see, even the best.
Well, for whatever
players
reason,
will
the
get-
10 of diamonds has not fetched a diamond continuation.
Ugh, so frustrating when you watch.
Yeah, I'm
What does the
trying to
10
figure out
mean?
if there's
I was just going to say, there's 10s working.
any possibility that the
Well,
defense
well,
could
surely they know what they're
duck
saying.
I brought my boxes. and
enough
they-
things
there's-
to let Declare make
apparently
this.
It's going to be a flood for the next 2 days.
That's what Nathan said yesterday. That he
Possibly.
was
Really.
yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, if Declare leads a low spade now and South ducks, and then leads a club and North ducks.
Yeah, I was wondering where, if South, if they lead a spade
Oh, I
and
went
South
to,
wins it, but somehow they can't figure out that they have 4
he's
diamonds
got-
and an ace to cash.
Oh my God.
Well,
he's
All
got
right, well, here we go, right?
No, actually,
he's
he
got
doesn't.
six.
Club.
He's got
But the good news is he's only one off now.
Yeah.
It's a little
But he
bit
was always
easier
good
from
now.
Meckstroth's position to
Can we tell him to
fly.
play
Wait a
the
second.
half out now?
Declare's just cold
Take
now,
the
isn't
one
he?
that's got a chance in life.
He just leads a club to the king. Oh, what is it? What is this? Come on, Hung. You can do better than
Right,
this.
because he
Oh,
'cause
now he's fucked.
he would have
Because when
four,
Meckstroth gets with the ace
4
of
hearts,
clubs-
2 spades, and a club.
Oh, forget it. He's 2 off now.
How is this play? No.
This is insanity.
I'm sorry. I'm not rooting for any team in particular. I just
You're
want
just
good
rooting.
play.
You're rooting for good bridge.
Yeah, and spade to the queen was great. I think Berkowitz,
They could something, huh?
ducked in tempo, and
Oh, why
it's
did he
very
do that?
reasonable. He wants partner to get in to put diamonds
Why
through,
did
but
he
that was
take
the
his
losing
hearts then?
option
He
on
must
this
have thought
board.
the hearts were going to split differently. Must have thought it was going to
Yeah,
be
I think
4-2.
when East sees the king of spades,
I'm
doesn't
not trying.
he strongly suspect that
It's
spades are
not
4-2? Because I don't think Berkowitz would make that tuck with King Jack third, and he wouldn't know it was safe to unblock if he had King 10 third.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little too late at that point. Once he's cashed the spade ace, now the defense just has 7 tricks.
Right, because North has 2 spades and the ace of clubs to go with South's 4 diamonds. You're right.
Yeah. I think he was hoping that spades split. As you say, maybe
Yeah, I don't
maybe
think,
that's impossible. But
I don't think two
I
spades
feel
split.
like additionally,
I mean, if
he
he's
was
not gonna
always
do
going to
it,
have to
yeah,
guess
I think.
clubs. He may as well have done it himself in that case, rather than risking this possibility where the defense can just cash out.
But you see
Yeah, so Meckstroth now is surprised he hasn't just cashed the jack of spades.
A 4-heart contract. Andy Hunt,
Because that we know he's going to do that fairly soon anyway.
I would open 3 clubs, and Pete would even Rena.
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe he wants.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe because he has the club ace, he knows he has another entry, so he does just back the queen of diamonds immediately. He really doesn't want to cash the jack of spades and have his partner pitch a diamond winner.
Well, I was going to say, I thought he might cash the queen of diamonds first to tell partner not to pitch a diamond when he does cash the jack of spades.
Yeah, well, David's got to overtake this, right?
Right, of course, because one way or another, he knows the diamonds are running.
Yeah.
Hi. This one's going to kill you with laughter. So Ben has sent up server.
Man, this could have been a swing.
Yeah, so we still don't have. I don't know what point they can, they can no longer make corrections to the score sheet, but it is still showing board 18 as 11 imps and not the 3 you suspect it was.
Yeah, so I'm still of the belief that, wow, David did not overtake the queen of diamonds. I guess he has now realized his partner's card at trick 1 was encouraging.
So now I was wondering if they were going to try to go for this, the down 2 here.
Wow.
Or rather down 3, right? They'll take 2 clubs and 3 diamonds. So
this to me is crazy.
Declare can make it if he goes up, or go down 3 if he doesn't.
Right, but he already knows that if South gets in, South is cashing a ton of diamonds.
Yeah, and this is kind of Grosvenor-y all around.
Yeah, something's not going to make sense to East about the way this defense has gone.
Yeah, and I'm curious what Meckstroth thinks is happening. And presumably he doesn't think Berkowitz can have this holding, because as we said, Berkowitz would just be overtaking and cashing out.
Yeah.
So I think that's clearly what Meckstroth is like. This is obviously going to look really weird to Meckstroth when the queen of diamonds holds. Because East doesn't have the diamonds or anything, yet South isn't overtaking. What's going on here?
That's true. I wonder if Meckstroth thinks that South started with ace-king 3rd in diamonds.
That would be really consistent with everything we know.
Yeah. And in that case, East has fewer hearts and therefore might actually have a club guess. So we may as well put him to it immediately.
Yeah, no, I think that's a really, really good point. Wow. So after all that, East is managing.
What?
Oh, no.
Oh, the suspense. Don't do that to me, Vugraph operator.
Yeah, by the way, look at how fast Berkowitz had that king of diamonds on the table.
Well, at least we don't have to see a long bridge winners thread about how who messed up on this defense, South or North. Yeah. Assign the blame.
By the way, if South had kept, I guess if South had kept a heart, it wouldn't have end played East because he would have had to pitch an extra club.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Jeez.
So after all that, East took fewer tricks than he started with.
That, man, an opportunity has flown by on that one for East-West for sure.
Non-vulnerable 1-no Trump with North-South having making contracts of their own isn't a huge deal, but certainly a missed opportunity by East going minus 150 instead of plus 90.
Hey, he was off to such a good start. That spade to the queen, I think, was a really nice play. Because to get anywhere close to 7 tricks, you need the hearts to split, and now you're going to need to score 3 black suit tricks.
He always puts up a king.
All right, on to board 22, we have another exciting one. Very distributional. 2 passes around to West, who opens a spade.
North will certainly overcall 2 hearts, and then we'll see whether East acts. I suspect he'll make a negative double, but playing precision, maybe you just give it up once partner couldn't open a strong club.
Sure.
You're forcing to the 3 level when you don't have any idea if you have a fit yet, so that's not super attractive.
Yeah, so Meckstroth does find the 2-heart overcall. And I mean, ace hand is maximum. He does
It is.
At worst have a small doubleton spade. It's not like he's 1-4-4-4 or something where you would be a little bit more concerned that you have no fit on this hand.
A whippersnipper.
Yeah.
That's the way I read it.
Yeah, I think he's pondering
No.
what might be going on here. Like this hand is like real. Well, so he's decided to show his values, but not get to the 3 level, which also seems sensible.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So there's an easy raise with King Jack 9 4th, and West, I think, is just got a bit 4 spades here.
So hung.
Yeah, that seems very reasonable.
So,
and
3 off in one
it's cold.
It had 6 tricks.
No, it's no. Well, okay. Hold on a second.
By the way, it may be doubled.
First time in the match, or first time in a long time in the match. 120 to 129.
It is technically cold, but on a diamond lead, Declare has a lot of work to do. The singleton diamond lead.
Yeah, North might be able to score 3 trump tricks to go with the defensive heart.
Oh,
yes,
sorry.
but we'll get there in a second because North-South might actually save in 5 hearts. Given the vulnerability. And how badly does that contract do? I mean, it looks pretty rotten. They can score 5 hearts, 2 spades, and a spade rough, but that might be it.
Yeah, they have 3 natural club losers with them stacked in the east hand, and a diamond, and
so he loses a diamond, 2 clubs.
You know what? On power, North-South can score a club trick after losing to all of the ace, queen, and 10.
Right. But they're still going to lose 4 top tricks, and that's probably it, right?
Yeah, that might be all.
Yeah, they can rough the 3rd round of spades, and that's 8, and eventually rough the 4th round of clubs.
Mm-hmm.
Or take it on power. Yeah.
East-West would have made.
Well, now it's going to be over to West to see. I think he'll pull this, so it's certainly his intention, but that long hesitation may give him a little bit of an ethical issue.
Yeah, I mean, I guess might not know who was spending time on the other side of the screen. Unclear if North or East was the one that was taking time. But yes, it's possible. Regardless, he has no defense and a bunch of extra offense. I think 4 spades is kind of automatic on his hand.
Yeah, I think so too. But
what's happened? And this is what I said.
It's going to be one of the things going through his mind is going to be whether he's allowed to bid 4 spades here, given that there was a hesitation on the other side of the screen.
Right. And I think this double by East is going to do a good job for them to slow down their auction because now I don't believe West is ever going to pull 5 hearts to 5 spades.
They're underground.
Right. Well, certainly if it goes 4 spades, 5 hearts double, he has no reason to disturb that anyway.
Yeah.
They don't know where they are.
I mean, I don't think North is going to bid 5 hearts, but we'll see.
Are you talking about the hostages?
Yeah. There isn't why they
partner could bid 4 hearts over 2 spades. You only have 5 trumps. You have a ton of defense.
Right. And they want to get rid of them, right?
No.
So they've done a whole lot.
Yeah, it is a good point because when West bids 4 spades here, which I expect him to, if North doubles, South is definitely going to sit. I'm wondering if North doesn't double 4 spades, whether South could be the one to find the save.
Yeah.
I doubt it. What South has,
I do think
exactly what he's shown. North has made an informed decision for the partnership. You don't have any undisclosed information, so bidding 5 hearts seems like a really unwise break of discipline.
Yeah, you have the extra trump, but that's about it.
No, I
mean, you sort of don't even have that though, right? Because 3 hearts shows. If you had a lot of weak 3-card raises, you just wouldn't bother making it at all. Like I think 3 hearts shows like 3 3/4 hearts probably, or extra high cards when you could double, but we know he doesn't have that.
Right.
Four
So
spades
West
on the
is
other
spending a
table.
lot of time thinking here. He passes
not
the double of
making
4
either.
hearts.
Ah.
Wow, another
Double-
decision that
And it's
Another double
could end up
double,
costing a lot of imps.
swing.
Yeah,
Another
we'll
double
see, but I
swing.
suspect that
I've got to tell you, they're going to lose 2
he was influenced by the
spades.
tempo and,
And one
may have
heart.
felt like he was a little bit
4
hamstrung.
spades is making, honey.
Yeah.
4 spades.
It would be nice. I haven't seen any of the ViewGraph operators making comments about some of the table action, because oftentimes with some of the more experienced operators who are better at handling some of the quick bids and plays of these players, they'll type into the chat a couple of comments that are thrown around.
So this could be a double swing.
It would be nice to hear some of that discussion afterwards.
That guy says, lead beer card.
Well, East has led a trump.
Sounded like there were some new operators, so I think we saw a little bit of that today, where there were some entry errors. But I think as the week goes on, we get into the rising and they get more comfortable with it. We'll see more of that.
Okay, Meckstroth can't be feeling too happy about his chances in this, given that West has showed spades and then diamonds. He's looking at that King Jack 9 4th of clubs over there.
Yeah, and that East has doubled, so East double has to be at some club values given West bidding.
Right.
Did you pose for that painting?
A nice lead by East also.
Had a cool down.
Mm-hmm.
And you have no idea.
Yeah, a spade lead would have given Declare a little bit more tempo.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah, as it is. I think South is Declare is certainly going to play a black suit from South. Not clear which is the one to attack at the moment. Yeah, I was going to say I think a club is better because a spade you can always do later. But you just need to do more things in clubs. So that's an argument for starting the first.
Yep. So club to the Jack and Queen. Now East is in.
Another trump almost certainly.
Yeah, continuing to pull trumps at every opportunity from East perspective makes the most sense to me. But I think we are about to see Declare set up a club trick on power. This fourth round of clubs.
Now he's probably going to play a spade to the Queen because he needs to do it anyway. No, he does. I guess I would have been a little bit worried about West being 5-5 given East raise and therefore being able to ruff a club.
We saw West show out on the second heart.
Oh, that's right. You're right.
I gotta tell you.
I mean, that would have been a concern earlier, which is why we might have not wanted to play clubs at heart too. But once we've already done this, gone down this path.
And pitch the heart on the ace of clubs. Now
so I think no reason for East to do anything other than play a third round of trumps as he does.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Well, big imps being swung on this one. Other table is in 4 spades doubled in the West. And if we do see the opening diamond lead, Declare can make their contract by taking a club finesse at trick 2. But I think they have to.
Roger's wife's son.
Oh, I see. To pitch that losing heart away?
Yes. Because otherwise there's going to be communication in hearts for the defense to get a diamond ruff.
Plus it's also just a loser that you're no longer losing.
Yep.
And one of the
but it's very risky. If the finesse loses, you go down an extra one.
Right.
A bit of soil had been turned up.
Vulnerable doubled.
Yeah, I mean, maybe even 2 extra ones, because now it goes diamond ruff, heart over, diamond ruff again, and now you have a spade guess.
And the other guy ran for it, and they were chased by 3 drones.
But if 4 spades doubled makes, or makes an over trick, like an opening diamond lead actually gives Declare the chance to make an over trick, losing just 2 trumps if they take the club finesse. This will be a huge result for
so spooky, all those movies
for Levine.
We never went to that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it just
990 or 1190, whatever managed to bring in.
Right. So we have 8 boards to play, but if Levine does pick up another big swing, that means Hans is going to be on the back foot. This has not been their most successful outing.
This off lose 2 spades.
Yeah, diamond by South here. Berkowitz electing to open his shorter minor.
Yeah, I think this is a little bit of
it's just all the same as today.
a style that people played pretty frequently in 80s, 90s on the kind of convenient rebid clubs, and more recently, I think most players just open their long suit.
He was only one
Even though they have to rebid a 5-card suit.
Yeah.
There were a whole lot of people.
Right, like take away one of North's big cards, and we could have seen the auction: a diamond, a heart, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, all pass.
Right. We're now just playing a 6-card fit instead of an 8-card one.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah, so I think,
was a great book.
it is nice to be able to reserve 2 clubs for your 6-card suits, but that's the price you pay
Our
for it.
basic nature if we have the chance. And we see that.
But, here it's going to work out just fine. I also wonder if South had slightly weaker diamonds, if you would have, just opened a club with Ace, King, Queen. It's also the lead that he wants, which is an argument for treating the hand this way.
Yeah, I think part of the big thing is that David Berkowitz would not have opened a club and rebid 2 clubs, but his alternative would be to open a club and rebid a no trump. And he didn't like doing that with small doubletons and both majors.
Yeah, I think if you're going to do that, I would be inclined to just open a no jump and figure at least I get the benefit of concealing everything about my hand.
Yeah.
Oh, they went one off.
790.
Just start playing 14 to 16 no trumps, and then South's hand is not a problem anymore.
900.
I think the South hand is not so far off from a 15 to 17 with aces and kings in a 5-card suit.
Yeah, shame on David Berkowitz for being an old fogey and not being able to open this hand.
He went down.
A no trump.
He did.
Well, Meckstroth has been able to claim the contract in 3-0. We get a spade lead.
Oh, thank God for that.
So he's got a spade and 3 hearts is
Double
6 and 3 diamonds is 9 and a club is 10. So just fine.
God, what the fuck?
You try and count that again. You said a spade and 3 hearts is 6.
Sorry, spade and 3 hearts is 4. You're right.
Yeah, and he might not even play on hearts.
So annoying.
I suspect he will.
That is so annoying. Kevin
Playing on clubs is also pretty attractive, especially since he's in that hand. And maybe you lead the queen of clubs and see if he's covers, and if not, try to run 5 hearts.
Oh, yeah, that's reasonable. He might exit a spade at trick 2. I don't expect him to, but there's no harm in doing it. The opponent's spades are 5-3.
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't last hand when they bid and raise spades.
Okay, yes, maybe Meckstroth has that in the back of his mind. As we wait for Jeff to pick his poison on this one, 4 spades doubled did go down 1 in the other room. Let's take a quick look at the play over there. North does lead a singleton diamond and declare... 4 spades was doubled, by the way. North was the one who doubled. So after the singleton diamond lead, Kevin Bathurst at the helm won the king and immediately just took his spade finesse. Whibley won the queen of spades, underled his ace queen of hearts to his partner's king, got a diamond rough, down 1. Very nice defense. So a huge number of imps being swung on that board, because if Bathurst had won, taken a club hook, pitched his white loser, and then pulled trumps, it would have been 990. And that would have been
890, which I believe is 14 imps.
I think it is barely 13. I think 14 starts at 900.
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah, 750, 890.
Yeah, so... huge swing. Would have effectively a 20 imp difference based on Declare's play at trick 2 on that contract. And that means Hans is still very much in it.
Well, I think if you're correct about board 18, Hans is actually up by 3.
Yes, but the match is very close, as opposed to almost being out of reach if Bathurst had managed to bring home 4 spades doubled in the other room. So, okay, Meckstroth still...
21 imps hanging on that choice to finesse or concede you're down 1.
Right. Yeah. Well, Meckstroth is still thinking about what to do here. My thought about backing a spade is if the opponents do run spades, then West actually is getting squeezed. He gets squeezed in the round suits.
And
so
squeezing all
Declare,
3 suits, right? Because he can't afford to pitch a diamond.
that's true, although Declare is going to have to make some discards from south, and I think that
But
the
Rick, the way
diamonds
you get
might
the
be one of the
numbers
ones to
when you
go.
do a video, ask them if you can-
But yes, I mean, I think more importantly, Declare will then be able to effectively like try the heart finesse and then maybe drop the king of clubs or, you know, decide what to do from there.
Jesus.
But East can kind of foil this plan, or West could foil this plan by not running the spade suit when they get in.
They wrong.
We'll see what he goes with. So he plays a diamond to the
They
ace.
wrong-sided it. Look at the other.
Yeah, it looks like 10 of hearts,
Wrong-sided it.
which gets covered.
Jeez, this is going to be another bloody swing.
That
Yeah, so I
might be a
think
little
he's-
bit of a suspicious cover.
They're going to win the first 5 spades, right?
Exactly.
Maybe, but I think wouldn't West cover from Queen third?
So should Whibley cover the king?
Yeah,
I mean-
Edgtton's playing it.
Probably,
Oh my gosh. Now he's
but
Absolutely.
Now he's fucked.
But
you know, there's some potential
No,
that
yes,
West
and
having
now
Queen
who-
three
underlead
have
the
this like
10,
ace king jack
underlead the 10.
6 in hearts,
And the 9 is overtaken
or something,
by
and his
the
bid
ace.
3 no trump. And when West doesn't cover, he just goes ace king of hearts and then tries a club finesse.
Yeah, maybe.
He's going down. I mean, he's only going
Well,
one down.
The way the hand has been played, it looks like Meckstroth is slated to go down at least
Well,
1. I'm guessing it's going to be down 2. He's likely to cash 2 more hearts.
You don't know that when you're
Nope.
bidding it.
Get the
Queen of
bad news for the club finesse and lose
After which you think,
a heart, a club, and 4 spades.
No, I tell
Yeah.
you why that happened. Because at the other table, the bidding went open to diamond.
And now he's also losing a
And when they
diamond
did
on top
say
of all this.
Meckstroth bid 3 cups. At Whibley's table.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the advantage of cashing that 3rd diamond was.
At Edgtton opened a no trump.
Okay, I understand it. He because all he needs is 2
So
club tricks.
Edgtton wrong-sided the contract. I mean, you didn't know that.
I was going to say if he needs 3 club tricks, then maybe cashing the 3rd diamond if someone shows out, he knows whether to play for like king doubleton onside or 10 doubleton offside.
I don't know what they know.
But
Okay.
but yeah, now that he actually only needs 2 extra
but shit.
tricks,
The shape was a 3-2-4-3.
I'm not sure I understand.
Or 2-2-4.
No, sure. I was thinking about getting a count with the 5-2.
You see it on my screen, right?
I can't see it.
Well, here we go.
I would have opened a club, for sure.
Yeah, so
He
I
had
think I'll
no high
take this
cut
club finesse
in his
and
majors.
manage
Not
one more trick at the end.
I don't
No,
like opening no
that's it.
trump.
He's out of tricks.
0 high cut points
Yep.
in both majors.
Yeah, West is going to cash a couple of red cards and play a spade back over to his partner.
Yeah, in fact, the defense have
Yeah.
more winners
And
than they
let's
can
see what
actually
he
take
makes
in the
of
time
that.
remaining.
Yeah.
Darling, if my watch says it's time.
I mean, this would be a huge play to go up. Reading East for having not covered with the king.
It would earn him 3 imps.
Yeah, I mean, these things are meaningful. You know, they are down 2 at the other table. So he can win his side 3 imps by making this read. Boy, he really wants to do it.
Yeah, you can tell because he hasn't played yet.
Yeah, so
It's.
going up as well.
I think it's a big position to take, especially since you know that East is down to a double-2 club at this point. Based
yes,
on the
but this is
discarding.
the spot where I think if you were playing on a team with no sponsor, he might well back his judgment, but this is the one where you really don't want to have to explain to the sponsor why you potentially lost 13 imps, especially in the close match.
I would take
Right.
a sleeping tablet
Yeah.
just to break the cycle.
You know, if
When
it's
you
all
don't get
experts,
that
you
shit, it's like-
apologize on what happened and they would understand what you were doing.
Middle of the night,
Yeah.
But here,
I was going
it
through
would be, you know,
um,
it would be a
the
conversation I
websites.
personally would not want to have.
So I've got a couple that I want to contact.
But man, like, the more he thinks about it, the more I think he might back his judgment and actually win 3 imps. Which would...
Well, let's give some context because East played clubs. East discarded the 3 clubs and has now played the 2 clubs. So I think we're
Right.
pretty confident West has the 4 over there. as the missing low club spot. I know these aren't the important ones. We care about the king, but this. You know, if East had king third of clubs, would he always be pitching a club here on that third round of hearts instead of a spade?
Yeah, also, if East started with king 3 deuce of clubs, I don't think that it would be going this way. No, he does does try to make it and does push the board to 200.
Yeah. Reasonable play.
Yeah, I guess it's like right from North's point of view. East carding, was a little hard to read, whatever it was. It turned out to be totally straightforward. He had 3 little clubs and told his partner to grab the clubs.
Exactly. Well, we have 7 boards to play. We still think, or at least I still think, I don't know what side of the fence Craig is on this one, but I think that Hans is up by 3 currently.
Yeah, I think, the longer it goes without a score correction, the more dubious I am, although the variable is I don't know whether they can still adjust the match record.
It's not anywhere near over.
Because Lerma was into cocaine as well.
West is going to
start
looking here, and
so
I would guess East will content himself with inviting a game. But he might even pass and just figure that with all these queens and jacks, it's a little too far to reach.
And they sent out an instruction.
If you're sitting there as East, you expect to buy the contract in 2 spades once you get by North. Your hand is strong enough that South often just won't have a bid to make.
It was there pointing an officer.
Yeah.
Right, just like
and that would be correct because they have 4 top losers.
Okay, so Hans goes with a 3 spade opener. Obviously, the spade suit itself is fairly mediocre for this, but the distribution is nice. And the side king queen fourth. So this is also quite reasonable. And now the question, really putting the screws to East.
Yeah, I think this East probably will raise, right?
I don't know about that.
Well, that's what Rakesh told me.
Nope.
He does judge correctly.
Stuff that he's organizing.
Yeah, it's still not over. Declare
I think
has a little bit of work to do, but
not for hands, but Meckstroth. No.
I suspect Declare is going to end up doing the right thing, especially if North leads the singleton ace of hearts, which I undoubtedly he will.
Yeah,
because
every player in the world would make that lead.
Right, and now North is going to cash the ace of diamonds, maybe get a discouraging signal, and then, or maybe South is just going to give suit preference at triple one. And so they're going to be able to cash a couple of clubs and play another heart. Declare is going to ruff with the 10, and that's just going to hold.
Right. So I think both those things are going to happen. I think he will get a suit preference signal here, and North will still cash the ace of diamonds just to make sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so you do see the 4 hearts. And obviously, Berkowitz is 100% sure that's a singleton. I guess it could be a doubleton before Declare follows, but ace doubleton is much less attractive than singleton ace. So Berkowitz, or Meckstroth rather, does immediately go for the club, maybe, hoping that Declare has a possible diamond misguess when he's looking at the 10-9, or just, king without the queen and a natural diamond position for a side.
Yeah. So we do see a diamond coming through now from South, which seems very reasonable.
Yeah, particularly looking at those hearts and dummy, this is clearly a cash-out situation.
Yeah, and now Meckstroth needs to... Oh, well, actually, it's very clear what he should do, right? Because... Oh, I was incorrect.
Well, I think, though, for this reason, that Meckstroth knows he's going to give the show away if a heart comes through.
Well, Declare could ruff with the king of spades and then run the 10.
That's true.
But yeah, I was going to say Meckstroth needs to make it clear to his partner not to play a 3rd round of clubs when he gets in.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's kind of on him, right? David Berkowitz should just, whenever he gets in with the club ace, immediately play back a heart. So if Meckstroth knew that clubs were 4-3-3 around, he should have then cashed the king of clubs before playing a club to his partner's ace.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, he could have just led a low club on the next round. Oh well, no guess, but my suspicion is Declare probably would have done the right thing.
Yeah, I think the defense, at the very least, could have cashed all 4 of their winners. One of those went away on the on Dummy's Hearts.
Right.
And once again, we have a small swing on board 24, where West failed to make 3 spades, probably along the lines that you suggested, roughing high and losing the spade to the stiff queen.
No, not at all.
Yeah, you're right, huh?
Whoa. Okay, I don't.
That's weird. I'm not sure. I don't believe that's what happened.
Well, I mean, we might see multiple score corrections then, but this one going in favor of Hans. Yeah. So now currently they are ahead by 1 if we believe all of the results.
Yeah, which I at the moment do not. I think that play from a world-class declarer like Kevin Bathurst feels to me like like an error.
Mm-hmm. All right, we see the Precision Club opener in 4th seat here. North thinking about sticking in a majors bid, maybe double.
Yeah, I think double for the majors is yep. So East will probably do whatever shows a positive response. I think Precision is pretty regimented that way.
Yeah, this is kind of a crazy situation though. Now that North has showed the majors, what is West gonna think? I wonder if East-West have a way to get to spades anymore.
Yeah, I think after a single-seated overcall, they would have ways to expose Sykes, but this is this is one that people don't psych very often.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they can make 3 no trump pretty easily, right? Take 3 spades and there's 4. Not so easily. They've got 8. They got 8 easy tricks, but 9. They can take 9 tricks, right? You just duck 1 club, and there's not much the defense can do.
Yeah, it's a little bit scary, but it can be made. You do have 5 spades, 3 diamonds, and the ace of hearts available.
Yeah, the defense can't attack hearts because if it's from north, you can guess it right. If it's south, you can duck it to the queen.
Mm-hmm.
The diamond split obviously isn't great for you, but the defense can't attack that suit at all.
Right.
Yeah, I think South is considering bidding 3 hearts here as a preempt. From his point of view,
reasonable.
Yeah, from his point of view, he's got to feel like the opponent's. Well, actually, I was going to say, like, he might think the opponents have slam values, and they might, but the weird distribution is going to make a lot of those unplayable.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
all right, well, West has bid 2 spades. Now, I think we saw this a little bit earlier. Hans and Hung are a new partnership, and I think they were the ones who ended up playing the 3-1 fit and 5 diamonds. I don't know if you were here for this. Maybe I was with Larry at the time, but so.
No, I saw the hand where Levine played in, I think, 5 diamonds in a.
Yeah. Okay. No, never mind. It was Levine who ended up in 5 diamonds. But I think Hans and Hung also had a silly one that happened where they weren't sure if something was natural or cubid. They ended up playing it was like 2 clubs down 5 vulnerable or something like that. And so it's very possible East and West might not be on the same page about this 2 spade bid.
I mean, they may have some meta agreement that, first bid after interference is natural.
Yeah.
So I think Hung may just be like figuring out whether this should be an exception, and it probably shouldn't, right? I mean, North could have 9-4 of spades instead of queen 9-4.
Yep.
Yeah, so it looks like they will get to 4 spades, I think. Not clear what 3 diamonds is, but West I think has no reason to look for anything else.
Yeah, we'll see if East-West really are on the same page, because if they are, 3 diamonds probably does show a spade fit.
Right. Well, I do wonder then what 3 spades would have shown. Yep. So,
Okay. 4 spades.
Looks like everything worked out okay.
just wait for it. The auction's not over. Okay, now it's over.
Yeah, I think it's very sensible. This is a spot where the second suit of a 2-suited overcall could be, will often be your best trump fit as it is here.
Yeah. So we'll see the singleton diamond lead from North.
Yeah, so I think if they do that, obviously they can lead a club to the king to set up a heart pitch, but that's pretty scary because if South wins it, they are going to lose this diamond rough. Well, I guess it's with a natural trump trick anyway, which they know they're about to lose.
Yeah, I think
Declare is going to know the trump break. You just don't worry about North psyching this double.
Right, but I think Declare can go down on this. I think a very reasonable line of play would be to play ace of hearts and a heart to the queen. Because Declare has 4 potential losers. We have a natural spade loser, we have a heart loser, we have a club loser, and we know that we have a diamond loser. So given that North has showed majors, it makes a lot of sense to use that king of spades entry to utilize our 3rd round of hearts.
Yeah, although if you play ace of hearts hard and North ducks, maybe just play it to be too tough to duck the king there.
Yeah, that is a good question as well.
I mean, certainly Jeff Meckstroth is capable of making that duck, which is going to give Hans a lot of reason to think about that trick.
Yeah, but that feels to me like a more natural approach, because obviously North could have the club ace, but North has showed the majors.
It turns out if you could get to dummy just a couple more times, you could finesse South out of all of his diamonds.
Yeah, that's a good point as well. Actually, oh man, I haven't looked at what happened in the other room, but imagine if he does play ace of hearts and a heart to the queen and king, and South does return a diamond, giving partner rough. Now he uses the king of spades entry to take a diamond finesse.
Right, but you can't do it after drawing trumps because North can just cover the spade and still have a trump when you play the 3rd diamond.
Yeah. Okay, you're destroying all of my fun on this hand. I was hoping to score 4 diamond tricks somehow, but I guess you just can't do it. So, other room. Okay.
All right. I haven't looked at the line of play yet. What happened here?
No, it's not the line of play. It is just Edgtton doing Edgtton things.
Well, no, it looks. I didn't see the auction, but the opening lead was the ace of clubs, and that was that.
Yeah, it was Edgtton opened 3 clubs on 5-5
Did he make the requested lead? I say
he did. Well, okay. I mean, Declare has a lot to think about.
Is, possibly the most aggressive player in the entire event. Zimmermann does a lot of, kind of flights of fancy that are often at higher levels, but Edgtton is just like full throttle on every board. But, highly successfully, Really, I think that style doesn't work for me, but it's it's hard to argue with his results.
Okay, Hans has picked the right plan, or picked a plan which works, which is to take the club finesse. So North has flown the ace.
And he,
Now,
given that he's pretty sure South does have enough hearts to maybe have taken a call, the reason he didn't must be that he's pretty weak. So there's a good inference the ace of clubs is on side.
Sure. Yeah, that's a good point as well.
Right. He knows South has a spade void and therefore hard length and didn't take a call. Like, what could be going on here?
Right. So Meckstroth does switch to the ill-fated heart. I think this is a reasonable attempt.
Yeah, I think Declare is probably going to guess this wrong. But we'll see. I think, again, for the aforementioned reason, there's room for North to have ace of clubs, king jack of hearts, queen of spades, and still have passed, given that you said this partnership doesn't tend to open hands like that very often.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if he gets it right here. He's going to do incredibly well.
Yeah, he would be able to pitch his diamond loser on the club king, pick up an imp for his troubles.
Mm-hmm.
But he's thinking about it. I mean, I think.
Well, that's it.
He does get it right. I was gonna say I think that Meckstroth was unlikely to switch to heart away from the king, but still he easily could have. So ace of spades, take the spade finesse. We do have a loser in the spade suit, and now Declare can just claim his 11 tricks. So well done by Hans. He picked off the right plan, lead a club up to the king, and then was rewarded.
And Berkowitz, or Meckstroth rather, might have underled the king of hearts there, because if he can put his partner in and get a diamond rough, that would just beat it, because he would still have a natural trump trick, right? Oh, no, he wouldn't.
No, he would be getting a rough with a natural unless his partner had stiff jack or 10 of spades.
Oh, but he could. Yeah, let's see. He could take 2 natural hearts. No, I guess that wouldn't be possible either. His partner couldn't possibly have the ace king of hearts.
Yeah.
So anyway, 1 imp to Hans for getting that correct.
Yeah. So other table a little bit ahead of us. We do have a compare on this board, 1 no trump in the south. That feels like a difficult contract to reach. How did that happen?
A spade pass, a semi-forcing no trump. It actually seems kind of reasonable. South obviously cannot bid 2 clubs because it's jury, and he can't bid 3 clubs because it's totally insane. So there he is.
Yeah. All right, I buy it. So will East open this hand? My suspicion is, based on the way some of the previous boards have gone, no. East has already passed a hand. Where was it? Board 18, I think. The 6-4 with a good 6-card suit.
Mm-hmm.
So this one seems a little bit less attractive to open, but he is thinking about it.
Yes. Does start with 2 passes, and West also declines to open this very light 3rd seed hand. I suspect White he might have taken a call there.
Yeah, I mean, it seems reasonable. Either a heart or a club at favorable.
Well, he can't open a club because it's precision.
Oh, right. They're playing precision, so maybe a heart then at favorable would.
Or even a diamond, just planning to pass one of either major.
Yep. Now, Meckstroth is thinking here, and I think with good reason, but he does elect to pass ultimately. I mean, he has a 13 count, but his spades are so weak that it might be preferable to play in a suit contract. Oh, 1 no trump has not ended the auction. East does decide to balance. I mean, he has a pretty good hand, all things considered.
Yeah, I think here if South had a small singleton spade instead of the ace, or singleton jack or something, 1-0 would be just a horrible spot.
Mm-hmm.
Especially
Yeah.
vulnerable, and they really, you really don't want to be going minus 300.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so South has correctly judged to bid out here. I think he knows he's got an 8-card fit because partner almost guarantees 5-3-3-2 here.
Right.
Turns out it's 9, which is even better, but 3 clubs can't be so bad.
Yeah, now West passed this rather quickly. I wonder with ace-9 fourth of clubs if some players would have been tempted to double here, given that partner has actually taken a call in this auction.
Yeah, I think not given this pair's opening style, right? Yeah, I think if he can go plus against 3 clubs, he's pretty happy just to go plus. He's not worried about leaving 500 on the table, is he?
I guess not. How bad is 3 clubs if we start off with trump leads?
I mean, it's fine, right? You can take 5 clubs and 3 diamonds and the ace of spades.
Does that sound like 9 tricks? That might just be 9 tricks.
Yeah, and I think West can duck 2 clubs and then declare a house. Well, maybe actually if West ducks 2 clubs, I think you go down because I was gonna think you do need to avoid having West be able to draw dummy's 3rd trump and then play 4 hours of hearts.
Yeah. And if declare tries to pitch a heart on 3 diamonds, West gets rough with a low trump. Right. So
it's okay. Yes. So let's say they just lead a diamond, you win, you play a heart. They lead another diamond, you win, you play another heart. Yeah, I guess now you probably go down 1.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it has worked out even better for him.
This has gone great for West, who is just sitting here with probably what he thinks might be the best hand at the table.
Right, at the other table, they only took 5 tricks. If that's duplicated here, it's 1,100.
Right, so 4 clubs by South.
Yeah, I was thinking, well judged by Berkowitz.
Well, maybe, right? Because if West led a diamond, declare just has... I mean, the defense is going to be sweating.
Yeah, but they can take... Declare has to knock out the club, and they can still take 4 hearts in the ace of clubs.
Yeah, but is it so clear to do so? I mean, West would have to switch to a heart away from the king into that queen jack and dummy. Well, anyway, 4 clubs has also not been doubled.
So I think West must know that North has a club fit because 3-0 makes no sense otherwise, having passed 1-0. Which maybe will be an argument for trump lead. Yeah, he just does make a normal diamond lead, particularly given that North had to have diamond stoppers to bid 3-0 trump, so it seems reasonable to try to lead through him.
Yep. Well, this could be a funny way to push the board if 4 clubs goes down 2.
Yeah, so I think probably it's just natural to win the queen to avoid blocking the suit and just lead a heart.
Yeah, that seems somewhat reasonable to me. Declare will be trying to get heart roughs if possible.
Yeah, so I think West might go up with a king here to preserve his partner's heart entry to get a diamond rough, which he's presumably still going to be interested in getting.
Yeah, definitely king of hearts, continue diamonds. Declare is going to just need the diamonds to be 5-3 to have any chance. And so when East wins the heart ace and plays a diamond, he'll just pitch.
Yeah, though, it might just be better to... Well, I was going to say, maybe go up with a king and play a trump, but East can't play a second trump when he wins the ace, so you can't stop Declare from taking his roughs.
Right.
Yeah, so I think just king of hearts, diamond, and collect 2 hearts, 2 clubs, and maybe the 9 of clubs comes back into play if Declare roughs a couple of hearts, because you might be able to make something happen there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it, but I guess we'll see how the play develops.
Yeah, I don't think so either, but yeah, because I guess Declare can always just rough spades back to his hand.
Right.
And eventually just knock out your trumps. Yeah, I think this will be somewhat disappointing 3 imps to Levine from Hans's point of view, who, is going to think that he generated this good result by pushing the opponents around on this board.
Uh-oh. Does Declare have a chance to make this?
So let's see. So,
because East will definitely play back a diamond now. His partner didn't continue the diamond suit, so he expects his partner to.
Yeah, he thinks his partner's going to rough this trick for sure.
Yeah.
So rough a spade, rough a heart, rough a spade. Yeah, no, I think now the 9 of diamonds does become the setting. 9 of clubs does become the setting trick.
Yeah, you're probably right. The 9 of clubs is going to be too much to overcome for Declare. But still, this is a little bit scary from West to not go after that third round of diamonds immediately.
Yeah, so here East will play a diamond, be disappointed when North wins the trick, but North will, or Berkowitz will rough a spade, rough a heart, rough a spade, rough his last heart, play the king of clubs with West winning, and now West will have 9/3 of clubs and South will have queen jack 8, so the 9 will become a trick. Oh wait, West doesn't have an exit card.
No. West is going to duck the king of clubs in the end.
West just ducks the king of clubs. That's right.
Yeah, but yes, the idea is that eventually West will score 2 club tricks because North has been forced to part with the 10.
Excuse me.
So I'm guessing that if East plays back a spade, it's all the same. Okay, well, East played back a spade. I guess we're about to find out. So spade rough, heart rough, spade rough, heart rough, ace of diamonds, king of clubs. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a little too much work to do.
Yep. Hans knew what he was doing all along. He knew the 9 of clubs was going to be good enough. Didn't even need to play that third round of diamonds. I'm still surprised that Han played back a spade.
Yeah.
But it looks like down 1 now.
Yeah, I think if there was a chance for down 2, it's long since passed the defense by.
Yeah, so 3 imps now going the way of Levine on this one. And again, if scores are to be believed, Levine is retaking a 1 imp lead in this
You mean
set.
if scores are not to be believed?
Well, currently on screen, I have Hans up 2.
Right, but I thought board 18 you suspect is wrong, and I thought there was one other that you also thought was wrong.
Oh, yes. No, I believe they're both wrong, but for now, I'm just going as is because they almost cancel.
I see. Yeah, we are starting to see some results trickle in from other matches that are playing a little faster than this one.
Club to the queen. West can win.
Yeah, so reasonable since he has that diamond to pitch his last heart.
Mm-hmm.
If West ducks this, he can rough the heart, and if he wins it, well, I guess then actually West can just win it and tap dummy.
Yeah, Yeah, feels like a little bit of an unusual play. Maybe Declare has the distribution marked a little bit incorrectly on this. Because now if clubs were 3-1 and diamonds were 6-2, he would still be going...
Yep.
Oh, no. He could rough a spade back to hand at this point, which I guess was his plan. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, nothing matters. West has the setting trick with the 9 of clubs and no other defensive trick to push the board. So, Levine will win 3 imps after all that.
Yeah, so 4 boards to play after this. Match is coming down to the wire. And we'll see. How far ahead of us is the other table? No boards.
Yeah.
They are keeping pace. What do we see on this hand? So West has an opening bid. He'll open a diamond. Oh, what did I say their no trump range was? I don't remember. 14 to 16. So West will open a diamond.
Probably.
This is when North-South are going to start rethinking their 2 diamonds Michaels versus 2 diamonds natural. This is what, the second or third time that...
Yeah, I'm starting to rethink my philosophy here. Yeah, I think West might upgrade and open a no trump because you're not in such a hurry to open Queen Doubleton.
True. And he does have 4-4 in the majors, but okay, there it is.
I think the 4-4 in the majors is an argument for opening a diamond because it's much easier to find those fits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so North, I guess, could try a spade, but I think I'll just pass and plan to overcall diamonds later.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, never mind. They mid-session, they've changed 2 diamonds to be natural. Actually, I'm not certain about that.
Yeah, nor am I. I don't think they actually bid 2 diamonds, Michaels.
No, but I'm going back to board 21. You know, you had mentioned this 13 count. I mean, it's 5-3-3-2, and you're unfavorable, but Berkowitz did not overcall 2 diamonds on that hand.
I think... I that could have been because he plays it as Michaels, and it could have just been because the hand was what it was.
Okay, so we do get the natural 2 diamond overcall from North.
I mean, the one that had me a little more questioning what they do was board 20, where Meckstroth had the 5-7 and just bid 4 hearts, but he also might have just bid 4 hearts because the hand looked like a 4 heart bid.
Yeah. Well, East bids 2 now, alerted. So maybe this is a...
It could just be a transfer to clubs or a transfer to partners, long minor, knowing that he has either a 1-suiter in diamonds or 5 clubs.
Yeah, but partner, I mean, if opener has diamonds.
Yeah, I think maybe it says like if you have long diamonds, bid them. Otherwise, bid 3 clubs.
Yeah, but North has diamonds, right?
Oh, sorry, you're right. I was thinking I was still in Michael's land. I was just looking at the auction of the hands.
Yeah. Okay,
maybe it's just Levensoul or something.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, once East knows that North has diamonds, maybe he just figures that his
it might be like they might play just a variant of good bad here,
Yeah. Okay, 3 diamonds it is in the North. Looks like a reasonable landing spot. Diamonds breaking is good news for Declare.
Yes, they're going to lose a club, a diamond, a heart, and a spade, assuming they guess those correctly.
Yeah, he's still going to have to worry about that 4th round of spades. He has no place to park it. This opening heart lead is going to help a little bit.
Yeah, because the ace of hearts will now be a pitch for the 4th spade, and they can rough the 3rd one if they guess the spades correctly.
Yeah, I mean, there's still some difficulty because South has no entry once again.
Well, with diamond 2-2, he'll have an entry in the spade rough.
Yeah, but then he would have to lose 2 spade tricks. So I don't think we're going to see miraculous defense like this, but if West goes king of clubs club right now, that would put a lot of pressure on Declare.
Oh, I see, because Declare needs to get to dummy to lead a spade, and the only way to do that really is by overtaking the queen of hearts, and now that costs him his extra trick. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, so it looks like down 1 is actually somewhat likely if West finds some passive defense. But if West decides to, put a low spade on the table right now, Declare is going to be in the driver's seat, can guess the spade suit, and probably will. But even if West elects to just kind of like passively exit a heart here, Declare is going to be a little bit pickled. He's going to have to decide, am I overtaking it immediately? A trump switch is also fairly natural. I mean, I haven't talked about that. That seems reasonable as well, just to cut down on spade roughs.
Yep.
And that's what Hans goes with.
Yeah, and I think sensibly leading a low one, partner could have singleton king or singleton ace.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Meckstroth now kind of still has to decide what to do. He just exits a diamond, which is reasonable. I was wondering if he might unblock.
I would have thought he would catch the queen of hearts before making that exit, and yep, he does.
Yeah, the difficulty here is, of course, that now he doesn't have that hard entry to lead spades, but he's probably hoping the defense does that for him.
Yeah, well, this also just makes it harder for the defense. I think East can play ace of clubs, 10 of clubs, and that works out very well.
Yep. Yeah, West hasn't had a lot of opportunities to signal, but I think we can safely say that Declare started with Queen Doubleton of Hearts based on his play. He wouldn't have just cashed the Queen of Hearts before playing a second trump if he had Queen Third.
Yeah, I think East knows that his partner has 3 clubs at the very least, and Declare might even be roughing this trick.
Yeah, so he does find the nice switch of the ace of clubs, 10 of clubs.
Oops, Declare really can't do much now. Other than go down 1. If he crosses to dummy's diamond to catch ace hearts and lead a spade, it'll do even worse.
He'll have to guess the spade suit, but yeah, he can still get out for down 1 if he chooses to do so.
Yeah, but then it's down 1 at best, and playing a spade out of his hand now is down 1 period.
Right. His realistic hope, I guess, is that West started with ace queen doubleton of spades, but I don't think that distribution is possible.
Yeah. And depending on the game of East, 2-no trump bid, but it's probably literally not possible.
It would give West 2-4, 2-5, which that shape is doable. And what does that give East? East would be...
It's doable for his bidding, but it's not doable for East bidding, I don't think.
Yeah, I think you're right. East would have, therefore, 5 spades.
Right, he just would have made presumably a non-forcing 2-spade or a pass, but he wouldn't have made that 2-no trump bid, whatever it meant.
Right. Yeah, so Meckstroth might resign himself to just going down 1 here, exit a spade out of hand. And this is going to be a swing. This will be a swing going the way of Hans, then. We are seeing some corrections somewhere. I saw the score.
So board 18 was corrected.
Okay, board 18 was corrected. 8 more imps for Hans.
So we'll see whether any others trickle in, but that was one that we were making the mental adjustments on, and I'm very happy not to have to do that anymore.
Yes. Well, after this board, Hans is going to be up by 10 with 3 boards to play. Meckstroth does resign himself to just going down 1, exits the jack of spades. And now Levine is going to need to make a move at one of these tables. I suspect it will be the other room because...
Yeah, after a fairly wild third quarter, the biggest swing this set has been 9M on board 20.
Yeah.
So they will pass, and we'll see whether East chooses to open a no trump or start with a precision diamond, or maybe even a strong 1 club, although I don't know whether a club and then a no trump is just a little too far out of the range for that.
Right. Yeah, I think if East does decide to treat it as a strong hand, he might open a club and show a diamond suit, but that's also not all that appealing.
No, he does start with a club, so now we'll see what his plan is.
Well, South likely to overcall heart, I think.
Maybe, although, I mean, he does. There is a school of thought that says when you have a pretty good hand, you shouldn't overcall, especially here when North is a past hand, because what's your future, really?
Yeah. But Berkowitz does decide to get involved in the auction despite the vulnerability. West should be showing a pretty good hand here somehow. He does with 2 hearts.
Yeah, and both Meckstroth and Berkowitz are as experienced precision players as anyone alive. So, if Berkowitz thinks that it's right to overcall a heart here in this position, then it's right to overcall a heart in this position.
Definitely. Yeah, that's a really good point. If you've spent most of your life playing a specific system like a strong club, then you're familiar with what types of hands you don't want to be bidding with and what types of hands you do want to be bidding with for the opposition. So he's happy to get involved here. And I don't expect Meckstroth to put a bid on the table here, but I mean, he might, despite the colors. Like, it's clear the opponents are forcing to game, and he has found a heart fit with his partner.
Yeah, it's also possible, by the way, that the tray is just on the northeast side of the screen, and it's actually East turn. But nope, you're right. He makes a lead directing double.
Mm-hmm.
That puts the spotlight over on East, who I'm guessing is going to try to no trump, but we'll see. Like, it feels like at this point in the auction, you want to just treat this as a no trump hand and not a diamond hand?
Yes. Yeah. So East probably bidding 2-no, as you said. Not going to be all that upset about the lead directing double with his king third.
Yeah, so he does bid 2-no trump, and I think West is just going to raise, and South probably just leads the 7 of hearts, right? And that'll be an easy 10 tricks for declare. Looks
like 9 to me, but maybe I'm miscounting. Looks like 1 heart, 5 diamonds, and 3 spades.
Yeah, you might be able to end play South after catching 3 spades.
Yep. Yeah, good point. Well, okay, hold on. Hold on.
I mean, South can lead the ace of clubs, but he's not going to.
No, but what if South leads the ace of hearts and sees the jack from partner?
If he puts the ace of clubs on the table, he would do quite well.
Yeah. Oh, man. This had some potential, but Hans on the right side of this one.
Yeah, and it's actually a little sad, I think, on both sides, because at the other table, if East opens a diamond, are they a standard? Yeah. So if East opens a diamond, well, East probably open a no trump 15-17, but I'm saying if it goes a diamond and West bids a no trump and East raises and they get to 3 no trump, North's natural lead is the 10 of spades anyway, so they're not going to be able to take the first 5 tricks either.
Yeah, well, I was actually kind of wondering, and I think we have confirmation now. The other room did not even reach game on the East-West cards.
Oh, you're right. They managed to get all the way to 2 diamonds for 90.
Yeah, diamond by East, Hurd electing with his unbalanced hand, figuring he has an easy rebid of 1 spade, opens a diamond in third seat. Hard overcall by South. West finds a 2 diamond raise, and that ended the auction. Hurd was not in love with his singleton king of clubs, nor his king of hearts after this start.
Yeah, and didn't have a great hand for rebidding 2-no trump with only 5 diamonds and 1 heart stopper, and what looked like a long road to 9 tricks opposite a single raise.
Yeah, so this is going to be another swing for Hans. Now
So in
picking
fact,
up.
I do see an adjustment. It was, I think, originally recorded as 90 and is now recorded as 130, so that'll hold the damage down a little bit.
Mm-hmm. But with 400 coming home here, that's going to be another.
Or 430, I think. Yeah. So
you think 430 is still possible? Yeah. That could be 7 or 8 imps.
Yeah, I think, South would have to guess. I guess, yeah, I think like you run 5 diamonds and 3 spades and 4 South to make 4 pitches.
Mm-hmm.
Big pitch. Yeah, he has to pitch all of his hearts and keep his clubs if he's going to save the over trick.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, come down to stiff ace of hearts, or he could pitch the queen of clubs.
Right.
So he could come down to ace doubleton of clubs. Well, long thought from Declare. I mean, he doesn't know the queen of spades is dropping.
Right, that too.
I think we would be here for a while if on a spade to the king, South followed with a low spade.
Mm-hmm.
But in this case, it does look like Declare is just going to have an easy route to 9 tricks.
Yeah, I think he's going to certainly start by cashing 5 diamonds, and he'll be a little disappointed that North is the one who's showing out because I think he wants information about the overcaller's hand. But on the next 3 tricks, between North having to make 4 pitches and South having to make 2, he'll get a lot of information.
Yeah, and I mean, North, I think, is very likely to just pitch a bunch of spades, so he might actually take 4 spades just on power.
Yeah, it's true. North is really going to want to preserve that Jack 9 4 of clubs. And from his point of view, it doesn't look like it's totally necessary to keep as many spades as he needs to. He doesn't know that East has a concealed 4-card suit there.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's often going to think that East is 3-3-5-2 and not 4-3-5-1 for his no trump hitting.
Right. Yep. So there's the first spade pitch. Now on the 10 of diamonds, we'll probably see another spade discard.
Yeah, so in South here can pitch at least a couple of rounded suit cards fairly comfortably, but eventually it's going to get a little annoying.
Right.
Again, I think everyone at this table knows that this match was close coming into the segment and nothing big has happened. So they've got to be thinking that, that even a part score swing could be, could be the entire match.
Yeah, although, I mean, on some of these boards, maybe not necessarily at this table, but in the other room, there have been some, I think, rather unfortunate results from the Levine squad over there. They're probably thinking that they might be well behind. And we do have 2 boards left after this one, but they're going to need to make up, upwards of 20 imps to make a comeback. Meckstroth here still fighting for every over trick. He's in the tank on what to do on this 10 of diamonds. And yeah, kind of as expected, I think pitching a spade, abandoning that suit makes the most sense.
Yeah, I think just hope partner has the ace of spades and some kind of miracle hand.
Right.
Yeah, so really nice result for East West here. And of course, despite it being not cold double dummy, I think East West in the other room are going to feel like it's likely they've lost a game swing given they have 25 highs. And unless the opponents can manage to take 5 tricks on the go, an easy game.
Yeah. So this might make Meckstroth and Berkowitz a little bit uneasy. Could cause them to be a bit more aggressive, like the Meckwell of old.
Yeah, I think Meckstroth and Berkowitz are going to think this is just a totally normal result, but Bathurst and Hurd are going to know they have a poor result.
Yeah.
From North-South's point of view, this just looks totally normal one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean, until you find out about the Singleton King of Clubs.
Yeah, but East had a hand where a lot of players would open a strong note from 15 to 17. So, that makes the route to 3-0 super easy.
Mm-hmm. All right, last piece of guesswork by South. I think this is a good guess to believe that East still has the King Doubleton of Hearts remaining.
Yeah, I think Meckstroth signaled that pretty hard.
Yeah. So making 4. And this will be, what did I count earlier? 8 imps? 7 imps going the way of Hans.
330 and 130, 307.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 17 imps with 2 to go. This is going to be tough for Levine unless the score is off.
Yeah, although, I mean, Meckstroth picks up the kind of hand he wants to be seeing. This is a big hand with lots of potential in the play. All of these spot cards. Maybe he can work some magic.
Yeah, I think it turns out this is one where if there's any further bidding, he's going to be too high. Yes, at least 2 spades and a heart and 2 diamonds and 2 clubs.
Yeah. Berkowitz has not been cooperative on this deal.
Yeah, so we'll see if South makes a frisky response. I think he probably won't, but who knows?
Mm-hmm.
And then over to West, who only has a 9 count, but might make a takeout double. You really do hate the opponents to play in 1 spade on a hand like this. No. So North-South have gotten to their only making contract, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, that probably feels pretty good. Although, unfortunately, at imps, playing 1 spade as your only making contract is a little bit different than playing 4 spades as your only making contract.
Plus 80 if they make it is a really great result, but it doesn't get them anywhere close to the 17 imps they need.
No. So still going to need a pretty large pickup on the last board, but we've seen some of those throughout the match.
Yeah, so in fact, in the other room, we just got the result. The option presumably was the same, and they did manage to beat it a trick. Oh, they have 7 tricks off the top: 2 spades and a heart, and 2 diamonds and 2 clubs.
Okay, I was trusting your analysis, and now as I'm looking back at it, you're right. Yes, there are 2 spades offside, and 2 clubs and 2 diamonds. Now, Declare is going to need to utilize his 1 entry to dummy quite well. I suspect what he's going to do is win the club ace and lay down the ace of spades and probably the queen of spades next. I mean, it's just a guess as to whether to play ace queen or ace low.
He may play ace of spades, heart jack to the king spade.
Oh, well, I'm thinking we can guess the spades, and if that doesn't work, try the diamond
Try to lead the diamond to the king, yeah.
Okay, or, Meckstroth disagrees. Whoa, Meckstroth wholeheartedly disagrees. He doesn't even use his dummy entry.
Right, well, I think the 7 of spades being a high spot, I think the hope is just to, exit a club he's just here and figure once the opponents don't have any more clubs to lead, whatever they do is good for him. Right, if he lead a diamond, now he gets his chance to put up the king. If he leads a spade, that's probably good for him. A heart is good for him because he's stranded from it.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's kind of spotted that he can just exit a club and effectively take the same line of play I was advocating. Ace of spades, queen of spades, maybe to guess the suit, and then utilize his entry to take a diamond finesse. Here, he gets all of that same stuff, but he's throwing the opponents on lead. They now have to guess.
I think he might make it now, right? East can cash the king of clubs, but then what does he do? He's unplayed.
Oh my god.
Right, unless I'm missing something. I think this is the end of the hand. If East plays a 4th round of clubs, the 7 is going to hold the trick and dummy.
You're totally right. Yeah, so West had to throw a diamond through immediately to get their 2 diamond tricks. And then revert to clubs, and then put a spade through. And it was a lot harder. Yeah, Meckstroth hit upon a very nice line of play.
Yeah.
What happened in the other room? I'm curious. So East led a heart at trick 1, kind of similar. Ducked around to North. The Queen of Hearts came back, won. Actually, kind of a nice defense by East-West so far, where they have prevented a heart entry to the dummy. A club came through to the 9, and we don't get to see any more in the play. No record. Yeah, just claimed down 1.
Yeah, so this will be, I believe, 5 imps, right, for 180?
Yes. Yeah, it'll be 5 imps, assuming that's...
putting the match within a game swing, although still a tall order with only 1 board to do it in.
Yeah, and 210 is also 5, right? Because if East plays back a 3rd club here, Declare will get 2 pitches.
Right. He'll play if East plays the 4th club, South can ruff, West can pitch a heart, but he'll still be following under the King of Hearts, and both North diamonds will go away.
Right.
So East will still get a spade, but that'll actually be an overtrick.
Yeah, still 5 imps.
Yeah. A meaningless overtrick, but a little bit of an embarrassing overtrick as well.
I mean, it's certainly Hung's best hope to beat the contract now. You got to know that Declare has the Diamond King, the way the play has gone. And if West happened to have the 8 of spades, then a club...
I mean, does he? I was about to say, though, when West didn't play a diamond, that might have implied that he didn't feel like there was any urgency to, so that would give East a reason to do this.
That's a good point, and I guess he does switch to the diamond into Declare's king.
Yeah, I think East took the wrong inference from West playing a trump through and just thought that, that it meant that there was no problem in the diamond suit.
Yeah. Well, 5 imps means the match is 12 away. Hans leading by 12.
Yep, nice play by Meckstroth to generate this position.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about, like, what can I do as Declare, but Meckstroth was thinking, well, the defense actually has a bit of a problem if I just stick him in. Well, oh my.
Yeah, this is unfortunately not the one that Berkowitz and Meckstroth wants, and Slam is cold for their opponents, although I was going to say the other teammates failed to bid it, so that should be the match.
Yeah, and it's almost unfortunate because if their teammates had bid the slam, they would have lost by 1 because it would have only been 11
Right.
imps, not vulnerable.
Again, assuming that the score we're looking at is correct.
Right. So, well, we'll finish out this board, but I mean, a little bit early, but possibly congratulations to the Hans team who moves on.
Yeah, so I don't remember how far I had them going in my fantasy bracket. I think you and I both thought that they were a bit of a sleeper team. So we'll see what happens. But I actually do have Hans in the round of 8 in my bridge winners bracket.
Yeah, I remember picking them going quite far. I thought they were a strong team despite the new partnership on the squad.
Yeah, very, very strong team.
Yeah, and I think they performed well yesterday. They've now potentially taken down a very good Levine squad.
Mm-hmm.
Who would their matchup be tomorrow if they do make it through?
Let me take a look at the bracket here. So they are booked to play. So Zimmermann has already, well, I guess all the matches were over because of time lag. Zimmermann held on to beat Goldberg by 9. So the winner of this match will play Zimmermann.
Oh, that is a scary pairing.
Well, I have that pairing in my bracket. And Leibowitz ended up winning by almost 90 over Freeman after a close start to the match. They just ran away with it. And they're playing Goodman, who won by 47 over Hahn. On the other side of the bracket, it's Bremark versus Street and Fleischer versus Amoils.
Cool.
So quite a strong set of semifinalists.
Yeah, well, we've seen a couple of interesting decisions so far on this hand, I would say. West opens a heart, probably the least interesting of those decisions. Meckstroth electing to make a takeout double with 3 small hearts and a double to diamond. East.
And again, we're playing against an aggressive precision pair. When you have an opening hand as North, I think you have to just accept that sometimes you don't have the right shape for the action you're going to make.
Sure. Berkowitz bidding 2 spades on the south hand with 5-card spade support. And
seems normal.
At least the king of clubs. 3 spades by West, and eventually East-West get to 4 hearts.
Yep, so East showed a good heart raise, but West doesn't really have enough to act more aggressively, and East certainly doesn't.
Yeah, and this play is going to go very quickly. Declare just going to exit the 10 of clubs here, win the trump return, ruff a club, and then claim once the diamonds are not 5-0.
So 6 hearts, 5 diamonds, and a rough and dummy is 12 tricks for a push.
Yeah. So ultimately, a bit of a slow last couple of boards. Hans does hold on, and congrats to them.
Yeah. And especially, I would say, particular shout out to the Hans pair at the other table who had a bit of a tough set in the third segment. They misjudged a couple of hands where they got the slams off 2 cashers and, kind of came back and bore down and had a really good set here to win against a very tough team.
Yeah, for sure. It was
it's always just tough to to bounce back from a rough set, and they did they did that incredibly well.
Right. And as I always say about some of these Spin Gold, Vanderbilt, Soloway matches, there aren't any easy teams to get through. All of the matches are very difficult. But being able to come out consistently on top in some of these grinder sets is
four-handed, where when you have a rough set and you'd love to be able to sit out and relax a bit, and you can because you're four-handed. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so as the text commentators saying, a fabulous win for Fran's team. Very much Levine is one of the top seeds in all these events, four of the best players in the world, and a convincing victory here.
Yeah.
So I think tomorrow, I think it's pretty likely that every match is going to be on ViewGraph, so we can, we can figure out who looks like the ones to watch.
Sounds good. Well, yeah, Craig and I will be. I will be back, of course, doing all 4 sets again tomorrow. I don't know if Danny or Larry or someone else will be joining me for the first set, but Craig is going to be with me for the second through fourth quarters.
Yep.
So appreciate all the specs.
And 7 a.m. is not really my preferred time to be thinking about high-level bridge.
Yeah, I totally understand. But yes, I will be around, and hopefully we'll see a bunch of more good matches. I mean, I expect to do so. It has been kind of great the past couple of days, and I expect the play to get even better.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. All right, I think on that, despite there being, they're doing a couple of tricks, I was going to sign off, and now there aren't, so I'm really going to sign off.
Sounds good. Thanks for joining me, Craig, and thanks to all the spectators. We will see you all tomorrow.